ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। दक्षिणे लक्ष्मणो यस्य वामे च जनकात्मजा पुरतो मारुतिर्यस्य तं वन्दे रघुनन्दनम्। Oh, I want to share with all of you. Uh, I received a gift from a special devotee back in India, and he too is a devotee of Sri Hanuman, of course, far advanced, and took pity and grace upon me when he heard that I study Ramayana. To help strengthen my Ramayana study, he sent the best reciter of Ramayana, Sri Hanumanji, as a source of strength and support for me. This Hanuman, here I'm going to show you. This Hanuman is called Rama Rasika Hanuman. So he has his Gada here, but he's busy reciting and chanting the names of Lord Ramachandra. Very, very gorgeous deity. The details of his features are fantastic. Look at that. Anyway, so he's here to guide and oversee. So I'm very happy and excited that he came. Rama Rasika Hanuman. We are on the battlefield of this mighty war between Sri Rama and Ravana. Lakshmana has been pierced in his chest by the Shakti weapon. And Ravana threw it with such intensity that it has pinned Lakshmana to the ground. The Shakti has gone through his chest, right through his heart, and pinned him to the ground. The Vanaras, the mighty Vanaras, tried to pull the shaft out of the ground to release Lakshmana of that immense pain, but they were not successful. So Sri Ramachandra personally pulled the shaft out of the ground and of Lakshmana's chest, and Lakshmana is laying there, completely drenched in blood, unconscious, perhaps dead, is what Ramachandra is thinking. And we heard Ramachandra going into this fit of lamentation at what he thinks is the loss of Lakshmana. And then looking at Ravana, suddenly has a rage that has aroused in him, and he says, "Today I will act and fight with Ravana in such a way that all the moving and non-moving beings in the universe, including all the devatas, for forever shall be reciting my prowess at the way I have fought and done this act. That as long as the earth is bearing any life on it, they will continue reciting my glory. Adya karma karishyami yal lokat sachara sachara acharaha. Moving and non-moving beings, I will act in such a way. Sadevaha, including all the demigods, devatas. Kathayishyanti yavad, and they will continue speaking in wonderment what I have accomplished. Yavad, as long as bhumir dharishyati, as long as earth will bear any life on it. Samagamya sada loke yatha yuddham pravartitam. Samagamya yatha loke. They will see how I am fighting this battle with Ravana. Saying so, Ramachandra shot a constant shower of arrows on Ravana, and Ravana is also fighting on that side. And then this fight has become so intense. There's a din, a sound, a reverberation from both the Rakshasa side, the Vanara side. They're all shouting. There is a din. They're in stock, completely amazed at how many arrows just these two personalities, Rama and Ravana, are releasing. And these arrows are cutting each other's arrows in the sky. And the entire battlefield has been scattered by split arrows. Vichinnashtra, vichinna, broken. Vikiranashtra, and spread everywhere. Rama Ravana Yoho Sharaha, the arrows of Rama and Ravana. Antarikshat Pradiptagra. From the sky, all these arrows are falling. Those arrows that have very blazing, shining, those tips that are uh, completely having tongues of fire. Nipetur dharnitale. Nipetur falling dharnitale, on the surface of the earth. Ramachandra is suddenly fighting with such vigor that Ravana becomes scared. Ravana becomes scared. Ravana was never scared of anybody. He's not scared of his father. He's not scared of his grandfather. He's not scared of Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva. Indra, of course, is not scared of. He's not scared of any Rishi, anybody in the universe. He's just not scared of. Even Yamaraj, he's not scared of. But by one human being, Sri Rama, fighting with such intensity and impetuosity that Bhayat Padrudrava, he turned around and retreated from the battlefield. Sametya Ravano Yatha Anilo Bhihito Balahaka, just as a mighty cloud is pushed and moved by uh, by wind. The cloud is full heavy with water, but a gale or a wind can easily move it away. Now, as Ravana has turned around and retreated, Ramachandra looks at Lakshmana. His entire body is soaked in blood. And Sri Rama looks at Sushena, the doctor in the Vanara army, and tells Sushena that Sushena, here on this ground has fallen my very dear brother Lakshmana. And he's writhing in pain and is causing great grief to me. I'm very, very strong, but yet even my strength is failing to revive this great hero who is dearer to me than my own life. And he is here, drenched in blood. My mind is greatly agitated, Sushena. Now, what to do? If this brother of mine, who has all auspicious markings on his body and who always is spoken of whenever there is a war or a fight, he's always spoken of very greatly. If he dies, then the word happiness has no meaning to me. Whatever is the situation, great wealth, my own kingdom, getting Sita back, still I will not be happy. Absolutely, the word happiness will have no meaning. So, and I can't clearly even see Lakshmana because my eyes are filled with tears to such a degree that I can't see his condition. I can't even see how he's. My limbs are failing me. And how are they failing? Like a person in sleep. If someone is sleeping, you lift their arm, it'll fall on its own. There is no innate ability for volition that on my own I can keep my arms raised. Like that, my arms have become weak. My acute anxiety, uh, when I look at him, I feel like I should die. When I see my younger brother in this condition, I'm thinking, what is the use of me living? I should die. When I see Ravana, how he has struck all the vital parts of my very dear brother. Ramachandra became so much in agony. Raghavo bhrataram drashtva priyam prana bahishcharam. Priyam prana bahishcharam. Lakshmana is like Ramachandra's life that is moving around him. So, with this distress in his mind, completely agitated, distressed, sad, Ramachandra says, even if I win this battle, and we've heard topics like this from Arjuna, right? Just before the battlefield, Arjuna Vishada. Ramachandra says, even if I win this war, what is the use? That moon that is shining in the sky, when there is a full moon, it brings delight to every living being. For me, what will be the meaning of a full moon? Uh, it will be just like a blind person trying to look at into the sky. Even if there is a full moon, for a blind person, there is no pleasure at all because they can't see. What is the, why should I even fight? In fact, why should I even live? I have no use of this war if Lakshmana lies down like this, killed by Ravana on the battlefield. Now, Lakshmana himself is so extraordinarily splendorous, glowing, and this great Lakshmana followed me into the forest. So, just as he followed me into the forest, I will follow him into death. Lakshmana, Lakshmana, you are always so loving to your own family and particularly me. I have no I have no use for life without you. And then Ramchandra speaks a principle. Now, don't ask me to explain the principle, but it's a principle he's speaking for him, how it is. He says, Deshe Deshe Kalatrani. I can go to any place on the planet and find a suitable wife. Now he's speaking in general. For a person, you can find a wife from anywhere on the planet. Deshe Deshe cha bandhava. And you can go anywhere and make relatives and friends of such. Tam tu desham na pashyami, but I cannot find a particular place anywhere on this on this earth. Yatra bhrata sahodara, and like a brother, a good brother, I cannot find anywhere on the planet. Now, without Lakshmana, how can I achieve any of my objectives? When I go back to Ayodhya, Sumitra Devi will be standing at the door waiting to see Lakshmana. What will I tell her? Lakshmana is always referred to as Sumitra Ananda Vardhana, the one who increases the joy of Sumitra manyfold. She will be standing there. She voluntarily sent her son with me. What will I tell her? What answer can I give her? And she will say, thou, Lakshmana is like your son. You're the older brother. You should have taken care of me. What answer can I give Sumitra? Behold, she will be standing there. She voluntarily sent her son with me. What will I tell her? What answer can I give her? I can hear my own self. What will I tell Kausalya? And what face will I show to Kaikeyi? Bharata is going to ask me, what about my dear brother Lakshmana? Now, Kshatrugna is his twin. Now, Kshatrugna, both Bharata and Kshatrugna are very, very powerful heroes. And if I come back home without Lakshmana, they're going to ask me. So, I don't have a good answer for any of these people. So maybe it is better for me to give up my life. Perhaps in my past life, I committed a very grave sin by which I have lost my wonderful young brother. Oh, Lakshmana, how is it possible that you are departing from this world, leaving me all alone like this? Please, Lakshmana, wake up, get up, look around. Why are you lying down on this ground like this? Please, Lakshmana, wake up. Look at me with your eyes. See how miserable I am without you. All these 13 and a half some years, almost 14 years, you have been the most comforting person for me. Whenever I have been struck with grief and I have just roamed aimlessly among the mountains and woods and felt despondent, you were always the voice of strength for me. You were always the voice of encouragement for me. So when Ramachandra is so distressed, Sushena came to his side and tried to calm Sri Ramachandra and said, "Oh Ramachandra, please." And Sushena spoke excellent words that, "Please give up your anxiety. This does not suit a hero like you." But look, Lakshmana, you are thinking he is dead because the shaft has pierced his chest and he's on this ground like this. But look carefully. Lakshmana cannot meet death like this. Actually, he's not dead. Look at his features. Look at the skin tone, the glow in his body. He looks very bright and cheerful. A dead person cannot look like that. So the glow is still there, which means he's very deeply unconscious, but he's not dead. Now look at his hand, because Shoshena is the doctor. So he's saying, Ramachandra, look at his palms. They're still pinkish like the petals of a lotus. And his eyes are very bright. That means there is life in him. For a person whose life has departed, none of these symptoms will look. So, Ramachandra, please give up your despondency. He's still alive. And Lakshmana can be recovered and brought back to full consciousness, Sri Ramachandra. Having said this, Ramachandra feeling a little calmed, Sushena turned to Hanuman and said, "Oh Hanuman, go with as much speed as you can from here and go back to that Mahodaya mountain, which Jambavan previously mentioned to you, because Jambavan, remember when Indrajit had shot these arrows upon Sri Rama and Lakshmana and all the Vanaras on the battlefield, only Hanuman was still fully strong and active and alert. Jambavan was on the ground. Everyone else was almost dead. And Vibhishna, of course, because of the magic trick, was not attacked. Jambavan told him, go back and bring Mahodaya mountain from the Himalayas. So please go back and bring for me this valuable set of herbs from that mountain, Mahodaya mountain. And these are the 4 herbs I will need. Vishalya Karani, Savarnyaka Karani, Savarnyakarani, Savarnyakarani, Samjeevakarani, and Samdhani. Please bring these mountains. That mountain is very, very replete with herbs, and I need these 4. So, Vishalyakarani, which means I can use that to remove all the arrows from his body. And as soon as I remove those arrows with this medicine, all his wounds will heal and relieve any pain that he might have in his body. Then Savarnya Karani. Varna is color or glow or complexion. Savarnya Karani. One which brings back glow in one's body. That means the blood will flush and rush back into his cheeks and rest of his body, and the body will start glowing like it is very, very healthy again. And the original complexion of the skin will come back. Samjiva Karani is that if a person is unconscious or gone into comatic condition, it will bring them back into consciousness. And Samdhani, which means wherever bones are broken, fractures, things are cut off, it is surgically being able to put everything back together and become healed as if nothing had happened. So please quickly go. Uh, So Hanuman said, I will go back and bring this. So Hanuman flew from there at high speed, thousands of yojanas, because they're in Lanka. He has to cross the 100 yojana ocean. He has to cross all of the subcontinent of India, land in the Himalayas, and he knows where because he has been there previously. He went back to this Mahodaya mountain. But again, those herbs are not visible. So Hanuman said, I don't have the time to search through all of these herbs. So it became mighty in size, bigger than the mountain, and with both his hands clasped that mountain peak, shook it, and cracked open and brought up that whole mountain peak. And there were so many trees with flowers. All the flowers and trees just fell to the ground, scattered here and there. And Hanuman, with this greatest strength, balanced the mountain peak on his hand. Now, not only is his body weight, but also the mountain peak itself, Hanuman resembled a dark cloud in the sky. And from there, he jumped up and flew back all the way to where Ramachandra, Lakshmana, Sushena, and all of these personalities are there. The Valmiki covers this in 3 verses. In the previous section, there was so much explanation, details of as Hanuman is flying. In this case, there is no such details. The reason being the dhvani that we should understand is there was no time. Hanuman is flying at great speed, cracking the mountain top and coming back at great speed. So in 3 verses, that means back so quickly. So Hanuman set that mountain down and took a breath to relax himself. Vishramya Kinchid Hanuman. Vishramya Kinchid rested because he's moving at such great speed, expending so much energy. And Hanuman said, I cannot recognize all of these herbs, so I just brought the whole mountain peak. So Sushena, you select what herbs you need from here. Sushena began to applaud Lakshmana for his greatness and prowess. Hanumanji ki jai. That, oh, Lakshmana, oh, Hanumanji, you are so strong. And quickly, Sushena got onto that mountain peak and started collecting all the herbs while glorifying Hanuman that you have performed a task that is not possible by anybody. Then got the herb, crushed it, and brought it near the nostrils of Lakshmana and administered the sap or the juice of the herbs in whatever way he did. He's the expert doctor. And poured some and got Lakshmana to breathe in some of the aromas or the aromas of the herbs. And as Lakshmana is there, inhaling the medicinal herbs, Suddenly, Lakshmana got up with the javelin, the Shakti weapon still in his chest, right there, rose, hmm, and immediately became rid of the pain of the javelin. So when Ramachandra had pulled out, he pulled him out of the ground, but the Shakti weapon was still in his chest. Now it fell off. All the pain has gone. And as soon as Lakshmana's pain was relieved and he looked around, everybody became so happy that they were shouting loudly, "Excellent! Bravo! Sadhu! Sadhu!" Sadhu Sadviti Suprita Lakshmana Pratyapujayan. They all worshipped Lakshmana. Oh, we're so glad he's back to life. We're so glad. We're so glad. Sri Ramachandra looked at Lakshmana and called him, "Come, come to me, come to me." And very tightly embraced Lakshmana, pressed Lakshmana's bosom to his and tightly held him. And Ramachandra said, "Oh, Lakshmana, I am so fortunate that you have come back from the jaws of death. Actually, without you, there is no purpose for living, even if I had to get Sita back. Hmm. Without your survival, what is the use? I would rather that the five elements in my body mix with the five elements of the universe, which means I would rather die." Now, when Lakshmana hears like this, that what is the use of bringing Sita back if you are not with me, Lakshmana now has a new pain. The pain in his heart is to hear Rama speak like this. Hmm. He's always the one who's back into uh, bringing Ramachandra out of this constant ecstasy of Karuna that he's always easily falling because he loves his dear brother, his wife, his friends to such degree that Lakshmana cannot bear. He says, "Ramachandra, you have taken the pledge of killing Ravana. You have taken the pledge of crowning Vibhishana on the throne of Lanka. So please don't speak like this, like a weak man." And those persons who always speak the truth, for them every word they utter becomes a vow. And they fulfill that vow and therefore they become very great. This is a Subhashita, well-spoken principle. Nahi pratigyam kurvanti vitatham satyavadinah lakshanam hi mahatvasya pratigya paripalanam. Those who always speak the truth never unfulfill the vow that they have taken. Because one who fulfills his vow, such a person is truly great. Plus, for me, you're becoming despondent, Ramachandra? No, no, no. Please, please. In fact, redouble your conviction to kill Ravana. Hmm? Now, having fallen victim to all your arrows, such a person cannot escape death. Just like once a lion clamps onto an elephant, even if the elephant is mighty and far bigger in size than the lion, but the lion's clasp of the jaw is so strong that the elephant cannot kick away a lion. You're the Simha, you're the Narasimha. And that fellow is like an elephant, full of sins. Hmm? I would like to see this evil Ravana die quickly. And I would love to see that you bring back the daughter of Janaka. Yadi vadham ichhasi ravanasya sankhe yadi cha kritam hi tavechhasi pratigyam. If you desire to fulfill your word, if you desire to kill Ravana on battlefield, yadi tava raja sutabhilasha arya Oh, Arya, oh, great personality, Sri Ramachandra, the most cultured person on the planet. Rajasuta, if you want to bring that daughter of that king, Janaka, back, Kuru Chavacho Mama Shighram Adhyavira, then please do what I tell you without any delay. Ramachandra becomes fully committed to fighting back Ravana, and Ravana is there. He's still on the battlefield. Now, the difference is Ravana is seated on his chariot. Ramachandra is standing on the ground. And as soon as Lakshmana has spoken so strongly and fantastically, Ramachandra grips his bow with full commitment. Hmm? Uh, and started releasing arrows one after the other at Ravana, who's situated at the head of the entire army of Rakshasas. And Ravana, taking his seat on another chariot, very quickly moved towards Sri Ramachandra, just the way Rahu rushes towards the sun just before the solar eclipse. Seated on his chariot, this Ravana struck Sri Ramachandra with a torrent of arrows. And the arrows are like the simile or given by Valmiki is like a mighty cloud pours torrents of rain on a mountain peak. Now, Sri Ramachandra is pinned with so many arrows, but Ramachandra did not just do nothing. He too covered the 10-headed monster Ravana constantly with a stream of golden arrows, and each arrow was shining like blazing fire. Now, this combat between Rama and Ravana, Ramachandra standing on the ground, Ravana in a chariot that is flying everywhere. Bhumau stitasya Ramasya, Rathasyasya cha Rakshasaha. And Rathasyasya, he is sitting in a situated, Rathasthasya, he is situated in a chariot, the Ravana, the king of the Rakshasas. Bhumau stita, Ramachandra standing on the ground. Na samam, though they are not in equal positions. Hmm. So when the Kinnaras, Gandharvas in the sky saw this, they loudly shouted, "No, no, no! This is not an equal match. This is Ravana is unduly and illegally in a stronger position. न समम युद्धम ityadi ahur. All these persons started speaking. Na samam. No, no. This is not an equal fight. It is wrongly disadvantaged. Ramachandra should not be slain. At this time, Indra was also there witnessing this mighty war, because who would want to miss out on such a fantastic duel? ततो देववरः श्रीमान श्रुत्वा तेषां वचनोऽमृतम्. He heard these words of the Gandharvas and Kinnaras, and it was like nectar. Because the nectar is not that they're saying that this is a disproportionate or skewed wrongly towards Ravana fight. Vacha Amrutam, Vacho Amrutam. It sounded like nectar to Indra, because this is the first time Indra is getting some seva to do for Ramachandra. So whenever a person hears about an opportunity for service, those words are supposed to be taken like nectar. Ahuhya Matalim. He commanded Matali, his personal chariot driver, to come here and said, Shakro Vachanam Chedam Abravit. And Indra spoke these words to Matali. Rathena mama bhumishtham. Shigram yahi raguthamam. Take my chariot and go speedily without any delay and offer this chariot to that great Raghuttama, the great of all the Raghu dynasty. Ahuya bhutalam yata kuru devahitam mahat. And by you becoming the chariot driver for Sri Ramachandra, you will render the greatest service for all the devatas. Because they all want to serve Sri Ramachandra, and we are not allowed to get into the battlefield right now. Because if we all go there, we offer obeisances to Sri Rama, then his Vishnu Tattva will be manifest and Ravana cannot be killed. So we're all watching this fantastic fight from afar, but we want to do some service. So Matali, take the chariot. Matali offered obeisances to Indra with his head bent low, and as commanded by Indra, took the chariot and said to Indra, Shigram yasyami devendra. O king of the demigods, Shigram, I very quickly I will approach Sri Ramachandra. Sarathyam karomyaham, and I will personally be the chariot driver for Sri Ramachandra. Aho bhagyam, what a great fortune I would have. Tato hayashcha samyojya haritaihi syanandottamam. I will yank, or I will yoke, not yank, I will yoke those wonderful green horses. Oh, very special. As soon as we see green horses, we all know it is Indra's chariot. Hmm. And he brought them there, he brought the chariot there, and the great Matali uh, with a dhwaja, or the standard or staff that has golden in color, completely gilded in such bright, beautiful, and bedecked with all beautiful jewels. And every square inch or every inch of this chariot had little tinkling bells on it. So as the chariot would go, the horses galloping, the whole chariot would ring with bells, hundreds of tiny bells. And the standard was studded with cat's eye gems, and everything was shining like the resplendent sun. And white color chamara whisks and covered with nets of gold, and the whole chariot looked like the shining sun. Matili immediately brought the chariot to Sri Ramachandra and stood before him. And Matili, seated on the chariot with a whip in his hand, the reins of the horses in his hand, turned to Sri Ramachandra and said, Sahasrakshena kakutstha ratho ayam vijayayate dattastava dattastava mahasatva Shriman Shatru Nibarhana. O Ramachandra, the killer of all enemies. Sahasraksha, the Indra with 1,000 eyes all over his body, has sent this mighty chariot for you. He has also sent a mighty bow that belongs to Indra. He's offering everything that Indra. So this is Indra offering everything that he has, along with an armor that is shining like fire, and arrows as bright as the sun, and his javelin that has no stain on it. That means it is so smooth, shining perfect. Please mount on this chariot, O Sri Rama, and kill Ravana quickly. Now Ramachandra, although he is the Lord of all lords, and anything offered to him, what can anyone offer to him? Everything belongs to him. But no, there is no sense of proprietary like that. Our Sri Ramachandra is the shining example of humility. He doesn't say, yeah, I'm entitled to this because after all, I am the Supreme Lord. Sri Ramachandra accepts this with gratitude. With his hands folded, Ramachandra walked in clockwise direction around the chariot. And Ramachandra ascended on this chariot. And then Valmiki says, a mighty, mighty war between Rama and Ravana began from there. And then we will hear next week how this war progressed. The kinds of arrows Ravana shoots, the kinds of arrows Ramachandra shoots, and the fight goes from intense to very intense to extremely intense, and the whole scene changes into Adbhuta. Fantastic, fantastic description, one after the other, of how they are fighting with each other. So we'll pause here for today. And let's see if you have any reflections or thoughts you want to share. If not, we will meet next week. So,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Stira.
I've been thinking about the wounds and soothing of the wounds, and this class that you gave resonated in there, in the sense that wandering around in this material world, one gets wounded in so many different ways, and the representatives of the Lord, like Hanumanji, the spiritual master, and those that are representing the spiritual masters, are the carriers of sweet moments, compassionate gifts, like Guru Maharaj doing all these retreats, and like also devotees spending so much time with those trying to pick up Krishna consciousness, to just bring in their lives moments that can soothe those wounds, and then one can move towards Krishna. So just wanted to share.
Oh, thank you. That's a beautiful reflection. In the Hari Bhakti Vilas or Hari Bhakti Shuddhodaya, Sanatan Goswami refers to a very beautiful verse. Bhagavat Bhakti Hinasya. So when there is no bhakti for Lord Vishnu, Jati, doesn't matter what clan or family you belong to, Shastram, doesn't matter what book, even greatly knowledgeable book one is studying, Japam, whatever one is meditating on or reciting some slogans or mantras, Jati, Shastram, Japam, Tapam, whatever austerity one may take up. All of this has absolutely no meaning. It is lifeless. Apranasya dehasya mandanam. It is nothing but decorating of a dead body. Loka ranjanam. It only delights the people of the world, but absolutely has no meaning. So until Bhagavad Bhakti, that's the medicine that has infused a human being, whatever they do, whatever they accomplish, whatever so-called meditation they do, is nothing but a decoration on a dead body. The real life is life of bhakti. Real awakening, coming to one's senses, is when one has infused with bhakti. And as we're hearing in the current series of bhakti beginning, is by Krishna's grace and by the actual giving of the bhakti bija by the devotees. But thank you. Nice reflection. All right, next one. Someone else?
Are you getting late, or should I ask this question?
No, you can speak.
Please accept my humble obeisance, Sakrish Prabhupada. So it's regarding the following follow-up question of Sira Mataji, and you quoted this verse from Hare Bhakti Sudvodaya, Bhagavad Bhakti Hina Shrajati Shastra Patapa. And I was just, when I was hearing this katha today morning, it's amazing that I was just thinking that there is nothing more important in life than to hear Krishna katha.
Yeah.
Now, when we go to Princeton and Harvard, and anyway, I was reading Chaitanya Bhagavat yesterday, and Mahaprabhu was all his Panini grammar and all his tippanis and everything was, he was quoting Krishna. Devotion to Krishna is the best. And the students was not understanding what is going on. Then he asked question, did you understand what I'm saying? Then the students say, how can we understand? Because you are everything, you end up in Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And then they also got convinced. But the Prabhu, this is the aim of the life. How to convince the people in the material world that how this is the aim of the life, and everything else will be taken care of. Your chapati problems, your whatever problem is there is taken care of.
Uh, unless one's faith is awakened in the right direction. It's not like faith is not there. Faith is an intrinsic quality of the jiva, the soul. The only thing is where one reposes one's faith. So in the 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asks, oh, what about those people who have so much faith in other things and other people? And Krishna says, yes, faith is always there. The question is not whether you have faith or you don't have faith. The question is in what direction is your faith? And so Krishna says, those faith in the mode of goodness, worship the devatas. Those in the mode of passion, their faith will worship or clamor around people of this world, and those whose faith is in the mode of ignorance will worship ghosts. So faith is always there, and it's not that worldly education has no meaning. It has meaning. Narada Muni tells Vyasadeva in the fifth or sixth chapter of first canto, fifth chapter, that it is not worldly education that is the problem. What is the problem is if one doesn't know how to utilize it into or dovetail, direct it into how by that one can glorify the Supreme Lord. Uttama shloka gunanu varnanam. Guna anu varnanam. Uttama shlokas. So all branches of study, when used in this way, have meaning. Remember, same jati shastram japam tapam apranasya dehasya. One can be decorated with degrees in Samskrita, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, all of that. But it doesn't mean they're not important. They are important. Jiva Goswami was sent particularly to study all the branches of knowledge. But the greatness is he knew how to use it. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, so well educated in Shastra. But because of Bhagavad Bhakti, we heard just 2 days ago, at the young age of 16, when one's ability is still about certain topics is not fully awakened in the normal world, he's writing commentary to Ujjwala Neelamani. So education or whatever, this university, that university is this skill, that strength, that knowledge. The purpose is to turn it and use it in the glorification. Yat uttama shloka guna anuvarananam. That was the instruction of Narada Muni to Vyasadeva. So help people that you meet, help them to use or help them orient them to use their study in the glorification of the Lord. And you have to leave them for their journey. It takes time. You cannot
Yes.
pour into their throat bhakti like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you for clarifying this. It's really makes sense that um, we have to give them and then just let them decide what they want. But maybe you can correct me. People are not taking because they are not seeing the results immediately because they want immediate. I'm wrong.
Well, not that it's not results immediately, it's that they're not looking for it. They may not have the receptivity, they may not understand the meaning. There's so many things. So once the farmer puts the seed in the land, he's just not sitting with the seed, pouring extra water, nothing like that. You plant the seed, and then you wait for the grace of the sun and rain to sprout that seed, germinate that seed.
Thank you.
We are instruments. Okay, someone else had their hand raised. So go ahead and speak, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, this is Saras Chandra.
Yes, Sarat Chandra, nice to hear your voice.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for your wonderful class. I had a question for you. There are versions of the Ramayana that talk about Ravana asking for the sun to rise when Hanuman was on his way to the mountains.
Hmm.
And if the sun rose, that would mean that would be the end of Lakshmana's time. So there are versions that state that Hanuman tucks the sun, Suryadeva, under his armpit as he goes and retrieves the mountain. That wasn't mentioned in your class. I was wondering if that is true, and if so, what is the discrepancy?
If it, first of all, it's not in the Valmiki Ramayana at all. I'm just reading the verses as we are going through. So it's not in the Valmiki Ramayana. So I don't know where it is from. I don't know the context, so I cannot speak for or against that because I have no idea. I can't say strict, but I rely primarily on Valmiki Ramayana, and I'm just reading the verses right in front of you. The Sanskrit slokas here. It doesn't mention anything like that.
Got it. No,
Do you
I've been
know? Do you know which version of Ramayana that is from?
I don't, Prabhu. I don't.
Okay.
These are all.
So sometimes what happens is that now, don't take it as if I know everything, but for me, there's no Samanvaya. Suryadev is Hanuman's guru. So never in one's existence that the disciple feels that they have certain strength or power greater than one's guru. So for me, when I hear this, that's a discrepancy that I haven't been able to reconcile. So I don't know.
It's a fair point, Prabhu. That is exactly what I was thinking, but I was hoping you'd clarify that.
I have no idea which
And I've
version.
heard your prior classes where you've done that, where you've tried to separate what is in the Valmiki Ramayana from
Yes.
not. And so I think this makes sense to me. Thank you so much.
I'm particularly a student of Valmiki Ramayana. I haven't read anything else. I don't have I have great desire, but I don't have the opportunity because what I'm reading Valmiki Ramayana is only keeping me so busy that I can't really have the time to even, I have very little time to study, and in that little time, studying elsewhere is hard for me at this point. So I don't know. Okay, Sharat Chandra. Okay. We'll end here today. Thank you for being here. It gives me great enthusiasm, energy, inspiration that week after week you join. You're the one who's pouring life into me. So thank you for being here. I'm very grateful, and I look forward to seeing you again next week, where we will hear Rama Ravana fight. Until then, may the wonderful Hanuman, who's always at the beck and call of Sri Rama, and always on the beck and call of the devotees of Sri Rama, because our goal in life is to be the servant of the servant. It is not just, I got an order from the guru, therefore I'm all excited. But if I get an order from another devotee, that also is very special for me, that I have received an instruction, an order, some seva from the devotees. And Sri Hanuman shows us that he's the servant of the servant, and likewise we try and cultivate our lives to similarly become the servant of the servant of the servant, typically 7 steps away from the Supreme Lord. There's a beautiful verse by Kulashekara in his Mukunda Mala Stotra. Mad janmana phalamidam. Let the fruit of my life, of my birth be so. Yajjanmana phalamidam madhu kaitavare. Kaitava are. Oh, the enemy of Madhu and Kaitava. If you have to give me some gift, please give me this. Yet mat prarthaniya. I'm begging you for this. Mat prarthaniya. I pray for this. Mad anugraha esha. And if you want to give me your grace, then let it be so. What's my prayer? Tvad bhritya, bhritya, bhrityascha bhritya. Bhrityascha mam paricharaka iti. That may be the servant of 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 your servants. Please, iti smara Lokanatha. Please consider me so. A wonderful verse. Jai Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ji ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada.